Hello, this is Brian J. I'm signing on to talk about Errol Spence Jr. And he destroyed Carlos Ocampo in the first round in Dallas, Texas. And Errol Spence Jr. is a beast. He started off earlier on in the first minute. He was measuring Carlos and trying to, see what he does, see what he likes to do, what he doesn't like to do. And then Errol Spence started digging to the body, and he loves going to the body. He really breaks his opponents down very well, starting from the body to the head, and then going to the head to the body. And Errol Spence Jr. just destroyed Carlos. I mean, Carlos Ocampo isn't a good fighter. He was a contender and a mandatory challenger, but this is really a stay busy fight for Spence. And hopefully he'll fight a better opponent in his next fight. But the problem is that Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, and Keith Thurman, they don't want to fight him. They're scared. They're scared of Errol Spence, especially Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is terrified of Errol Spence Jr. And right now he's sitting on the sidelines due to injuries, and Thurman might be back in August. And Danny Garcia and Sean Porter are going to be fighting each other either in August or September. And hopefully Errol Spence will fight Crawford or fight maybe another mandatory. Who knows? But hopefully these fights will happen next year. I want Errol Spence to fight the winner of the Danny Garcia-Sean Porter fight next year, or Keith Thurman. And Crawford, maybe Crawford will fight Keith Thurman next year. And then the winner of those fights will try to become undisputed in their next fight sometime in 2019. But I think Errol Spence Jr. is the best welterweight in the world. He beat Kell Brook, and Kell Brook, to me, was the best welterweight in the world until Errol Spence destroyed him. And I'm proud of Errol Spence Jr. He is a very good fighter. He is a beast. He's a great fighter, actually. He has a great skill set. And defensively, he's pretty good, but offensively, he's great. He's the best offensive fighter at welterweight right now. And he's the most devastating body puncher in boxing, or the body snatcher, as Errol Spence calls himself. And yeah, he destroyed him in the first round to knocked him out with a body shot. And it was good while it lasted. It was certainly better than the undercard fights. The undercard fights were terrible, which is what you usually see in boxing. I mean, undercard fights are terrible. The main event is better, but is the best usually. The main event